Hello everyone, and welcome to my happy place, which is Guild Wars 1. Because every so often, things get too stressful, and games piss me off, and I need to fall back to the one game that's always been there for me since 2005. And that is Guild Wars 1. Because I have mixed feelings about Guild Wars 2. Namely, the economy and that pissed me off a lot. Because you basically you could pull an 8-hour day, like that's like work, and you only get like maybe 30 gold, and that's for doing the whole world boss train, few dungeons, and yeah, only like 30 gold. I couldn't take it after a while. That's one reason I left Guild Wars 2. But anyway, so I have so many things recorded and need to be uploaded, and still need to record other things. Like The Witcher 3 still needs to be finished. We still need to go back to Sacred 2 at some point. Borderlands 2 for the Bunkers of Badasses at some point. Like, I have way too many things going on. But I wanted to do this because I was going to do this after I finished Divinity Original Sin 2. But that game, I probably tried maybe 9 times recording that. First few times I got annoyed because of the file sizes, and I thought it was going to take forever to upload it because, you know, it takes like a good 6-7 videos, maybe up to 10 videos, just to get out of Fort Joy. Just to get out of Fort Joy. It took that long. That many videos. And most of those videos were like 2 hours, so that was basically like over 10 hours. Hell, almost 20 hours just to get out of Fort Joy. That was, one reason I dropped it. Another reason was because mods kept breaking things. Then perhaps decided you could only record it in full screen, which caused the game to start crashing at a time. Then this time, I still had to record in full screen, but started having this issue where basically like, it would be recording at 30 frames and then just slows down. Like it tries minimizing, locking up, stuff like that. And then it caused the system to start beeping. Like, boop, 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 boop. Like, stuff like that. Like, that didn't sound good at all. And what that caused was it caused my, like, for example, if I go to my task menu, it just starts scrolling up if I hover my mouse over it. Like, and I can't fix that unless I restart my computer, which I probably should restart my computer, but yeah. Hell, even when I was going to do this, I went to change my audio levels, and it just rolled my audio back down to 0, and I had to fight with that to get it back up. I'm pretty sure it's not where I want my audio levels at, but it's good enough. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. Like, I recorded at least 9 parts of Divinity 2 before I just got tired of dealing with that bullshit. Like, my computer used to be able to handle it. Now it just doesn't want to deal with it at all. So why not go back to something that I know my computer can handle? Because, I mean, this is from 2005. My computer's from 2012. So go figure. I should be able to run this on Macs, even. But it's just been too stressful, so I need something to relax to. Problem though is Guild Wars 1. Well, so decisions and prep work. A lot of decisions and prep work. So here's the thing. We have a Guild Wars 1 playthrough. It's ancient now though. But it's way back in, I don't remember when I did that. Probably one of the earlier things we did, back in 2010, 2011. Way back then. But yeah. We also started Guild Wars Faction playthrough that never got finished because, I don't know, I just lost interest. Because, here's the thing, for Guild Wars 1, I go back to this every so often. I can probably do a campaign, maybe two, but then I usually burn myself out, and yeah. Because Eye of the North drains on you. The Prophecies is fine. It's slow, though. Factions is quick till you get up to Bloods and Kurzik stuff. Then it gets a bit tedious, especially if you do both. Nightfall, in my opinion, has probably the best story out of the three. But yeah. Other than that, though. But yeah, we could start on Nightfall. Nightfall has access to the earliest access to bonus weapons and well, bonus mission weapons and stuff, and access to the Great Temple of Balthasar and the Session PvP islands and all that. Which isn't bad, because that means you can go there, and you can use your maker credits, get stuff early, which is not bad. Prophecy has the slowest. Factions is in between. It also gives you the earliest access to Eye of the North, because you just have to reach level 10, and you could go deal with that. But we're probably going to do Prophecies. I also have no maker credits, which irritates me too, because I can't modify my character how I would normally do. But anyway, so normally I'd go as a warrior, because warriors were my thing. Because Guild Wars 2's warrior basically gave me an example of, I didn't really like Guild Wars 1 warriors as much after that. Because I don't really like shields. Never really liked shields. The whole sword and shield thing that I used to do, I realized it sucks. It sucks really bad in Guild Wars 1. Because here's the thing. The basic set for a warrior in Guild Wars, or basic set for the shield, sword and shield in Guild Wars 1, is set for archery and gash. It's your basic combo. Problem though, it only works on like 1/3, maybe, well, 1/4 or maybe 1/3 of enemies, because undead can't bleed them. Elementals can't bleed them. Shadows, ghosts, phantom things can't bleed them. Anything else, eternal, ethereal, can't bleed them. Basically anything that doesn't have flesh, you can't bleed. And that's a lot of things. Now in Guild Wars 2, they didn't give a shit about the restrictions on that. You could go bleed a tree, and it'll be fine. I completely forgot about how they set up those systems to work. But yeah. I started using Axe Warrior, which isn't bad. It has some decent skills. Thought about going Hammer, but meh. Found though, it's my main character in this has an entire collection of sword and shield. Like, entire collection. Don't worry, we're not going Warrior. Ranger's not terrible, but not that great. Like they could be better. Monk's, well, it's a monk. Either you're healing, protecting, or smiting, or somewhere between. Mesmer, I don't really do Mesmers. I just never could get into it. Like, I know Mesmers are really good at, like, stuff, but I never could really get into Mesmer. Elementalist, I have set up a bunch of triple nukers, but that's about it. Problem though is most things move out of the area with the triple nuke, so... But Necromancer. The main way I used to do Necromancers, hell, this is before Discord way and all that was a thing, before Necro-Rits were a thing even, was I used to use Minion Masters. Like Flesh Golem, a bunch of minions. Fun times. Now, I've gone to... How is it? Crap, I forgot what it was even called. Well, we'll find out once I get to see the skill. But yeah, we're gonna be a Necromancer. I best went to Curses. Because Curses is fun. It means you could just basically direct the course of a battle. Just by saying, well, this enemy's weakened. That enemy's not gonna be doing that. Without having to actually do too much. Now the question though is, do we want to be male or female? Because female has some interesting phases. And I do like I prefer the hairstyle from Factions better, to be honest. But yeah. We'll probably go as a male Necromancer. Because we could be pale or we could be grey pale. And then the hairstyles. The hairstyles are unfortunate. Like, that's a hairstyle. Yep. The hairstyles are unfortunate. Also, it's not even fully attached to the head. Like, that's a thing. That's gonna bother me. So faces. Doesn't really look like a Necromancer. That one, maybe. You have to go that soulless eyes and all that. But yeah. And yes, I go for the pink hairstyle. It'll do. Yeah, it'll do. God, that's just gonna bother me though. I could go pale emo. Totally go with that emo though, couldn't we? But anyway. We want to be small. Yeah, not very much difference in height. Well, that would do. That would do. And now we need a character name. Inquisitor Vader also taken, so... So we need another name. Yes, Video Map Surveyor. I'm sure that's great. Wait, is it's using that amount of letters that's possible. Oh, that's great. Also, your character name will be required to log in. Please make a note of it. They actually removed that system, but they haven't actually changed it, so that's really, so this has been updated to reflect that apparently. Oh well. I mean, hell, it's still surprised that Guild Wars 1 even functions to this date. I mean, because it's basically backed up on like think like on an Amazon server somewhere. And the whole system's just automated, so because it's all instances. If like something bad happens in one instance, well, you could just shut down and fix that instance, and everything else is just fine. Because it's not like, you know, like World of Warcraft where everything's always active. Like, since there's always instances, you move between them, it's perfectly fine. Everything's automated, like holidays trigger automatically and all that. They barely have to do anything but maybe maintenance every few months just to keep it running. And pay maybe the server hosting. By the way, welcome back to Ascalon City. May have to change the volume a bit. We'll see. Yeah,
The last day dawns on the kingdom of Ascalon.
Well, that's a bit loud.
It arrives with no fanfare, no tolling of alarms. Those who will remember will speak fondly of the warm morning breeze.
I love pre-Ascalon.
People carry on with their daily lives, unaware that in a short while, everything they have ever known will come to an end.
Scribe?
Yes, my lord.
These Char are relentless, but we shall hold the wall at all costs.
Yes, my lord.
Take this message to Sir Titus. Go forth and recruit the strongest, the smartest. Bring to me the bravest in all of Ascalon. Find me the heroes who will lead our kingdom to glory.
As you command, my king.
I would have recorded the fan-made Last Day Dawns thing. Which is basically sort of like if Guild Wars was a JRPG. But the thing is, it perhaps won't record it, sadly. I've tried. That and sadly, the creator hasn't really released any new content since hell before Wooden Potatoes did his video on it. So anyway. Oh jeez, that lag. Yeah, see, I'm technically downloading something at the moment, so that's gonna cause some minor issues with lag, but this game doesn't really give a shit about how it lagged too much. I have a background download going on for some reason though. I don't know why. Like, lag's not too big of an issue in this. It's not gonna... It shouldn't get you killed unless you're doing like some of the Eye of the North solo challenges. You don't want to do those with lag. But anyway. Excuse me, your Videomancer? Videomancer, that's gonna be a thing. I need to add that to my repertoire of titles, don't I? You are Videomancer Vader, aren't you? I think Sir Titus was looking for you. He said he had some good news for you. God, I can't remember the last time I read quests in this. Well, maybe the last time I tried to record this, which was maybe last year. problem though is I ran into the issue where basically the videos ended up being way too large, and I started panicking and thinking, oh god, this is gonna take forever. I ain't gonna have the space to record all this. Which I probably won't have the space to record all this with everything else I got going on. There you are, my friend. I'm glad you're here. I have news that I think you'll appreciate. Also, yay for bots. Because those things exist still. News that you'll find. That you appreciate. Also gave me 10 gold. The hell can I even buy with 10 gold? I'm looking for you everywhere. Video master fade your home. Yeah. This was before I started using Vedero. Because World of Warcraft and stuff had to force me to use one name and not spacing everything. So I had to put the O next to the that, and that's became Vedero instead of Vader O. And when the king has ordered a new offensive against the chart, this is your chance for glory and adventure, but you'll need to know more about your craft before going north of the wall. Tell you what, charge to the southwest gate, which will take you to the Lightside Country. I'll have Veretta the Necromancer waiting for you outside. He can show you a trick or two. Okay. Do. Also, I need to go hill. Options. Music's too low. Like, I need music to be up, but not up. If that makes sense. Like, up, but yet not up. Also, my graphics are about as high as I can probably make them. Interface size is large enough. See high resolution, best attribution. Okay, good. Now, do you think I would use a different renderer? Because they did upgrade the graphics a bit. Okay. Also, I was like, where's my in-game clock, actually? Huh. I thought it was supposed to be here. Okay, well, that's awkward. Of course, everything's fine. Also, so basically, the Alt key and the Control key, you can now have those permanently on. That's a thing. Yeah, I thought the clock was supposed to be around here. Huh. Oh well. No big deal. Ah, jeez, it's been a while. Promise we're gonna need someone to join a party for one quest at some point. Not sure if there's even people for that. There probably is at least one person. But anyway. So 10 gold. 10 gold is not even enough for, well, it might be enough to get my hat. Also, / bonus. Uh-huh. Well, we can get our costumes for free, which is great. Why am I out of costumes, please? Boop. Why am I out of costumes, please? Where is it? Wait. The face thing would actually be... I mean, aspect would be actually good for us. Oh, I have a... Of course, I don't have nearly the inventory space for all this. Actually, I don't. I just want the Dapper Tuxedo. Yeah, Dapper Tuxedo. Fine. Yeah, that'll do. So now then, the decision of what to wear. And we have 10 gold. Guess what we're gonna go for 10 gold. If you guess my pumpkin mask, you would be correct. There we go. See? And this is pretty much all I have to wear for the pretty much majority of the game. And we're fine. However, we can also wear this. Which is, you know, fun. Needs to be a dive, which I can't access, because I can't access my guild hall. Or my storage in pre-Ascalon. My mantle robes, just in case. Brr. Because, you know, but I think the majority of my party members use the whole pink mantle force thing still. But yeah, this look works for the majority of the time, long for a tuxedo. And then we could always go like this. Hell, that actually works with our face. Surprisingly. It doesn't work with like other outfits. Huh. Yeah, that doesn't work at all. Oof. That's unfortunate. Okay. Sorry, I'm just sorting things. Because I'm going to need more hats. You know I'm going to need more hats. But yeah. I also need this right here, which we can't afford yet. So let's shift some things around. Weapon sets. Boop, boop, boop. So, Star Truncheon is useless. Bye. What do I want for weapons? Well, for stars, I want... Okay. Probably this stick here. It's not a great stick, but it's still better than nothing. It's the better for nothing stick. Everything else I could probably get rid of. Yeah. Since the whole anniversary thing, you could technically have a scythe on your necromancer. Because there's new abilities and stuff that we may get into later on. Or may not. Depends on my mood. But anyway. Because the thing is, by the time we get over pre-Ascalon, the event's probably going to be over anyway. You can never go up there, sadly. But anyway. So we have no gold. Yay. No gold whatsoever. It sucks. Being us. I'm gonna raise music volume up just a bit more. So I can at least hear it, but yet it won't be overpowering. Bot's still spamming again. Gift giver pin. Gift giver pin. Oh. They have to put a birthday. Oh yeah, that would make sense for them to have a birthday NPC in here, because there are still people who, you know, level up to 20 or stay in pre the entire game. Because pre is fun. And someone who actually said something. Because the game isn't completely dead yet. It exists, to an extent. to an extent. It's mostly dead, but it's not fully dead. That's how I still play, so it isn't fully dead. I just only play Railway, and not nearly enough. But anyway, yay, the pre-Ascalon. When you finish outside time, you get your own private copy of the world, as I said, instancing. So basically, like say if it breaks on one person's side, that means it might not break on everyone's side, because everyone gets their own instance of the area. Unless it breaks across all the instances, in which case, yeah. Videomancer. So anyway. How those flowers actually look decent compared to some of the leaf textures that bother me. Also, my stick. And it's life. One of my biggest regrets is I never got the Eye of the North pre-order bots. Like I pre-ordered it, but like I pre-ordered it online, so I didn't get the bots. So I never got the pre-order codes, which sucks. That means I never got the pre-order, so I can't have the pre-order sword from that or anything, which makes me sad. Oh, to you. Don't you have a quest? Nope, I guess we have to do the first tutorial thing first. Oh well. Also, we're gonna be bouncing a bit because it's still downloading. Gonna be downloading for a few hours still, if it actually stays downloading. Anyway, come closer. Look for Barata in the eye. Yes, Barata's actually a bit relevant later on. But that'll be, well, maybe relevant later on. You also have a few skills named after him. Come closer, look for it in the eye. Yes. Now you learn the true power of the dark. Whether animating the dead, siphoning the life energy of others, or using curses to confound your foes. As a necromancer, it is you who has chosen to try the battle at the decisive moment. This I shall show you firsthand. Go to the river and kill a scale, so that I can animate a bone horror from its corpse. You're going to love this. Well, let's go. So we basically go over here. We have no skills at the moment, which is unfortunate for us. Because here's the thing. Prophecies came out first. Yeah, and there's bone horror. I like bone horrors in this a lot more than Guild Wars 2, because look at that thing. That's a horrific abomination of flesh and bone. Like, yeah. She's got one good arm, the other is just there. Compared to Guild Wars 2, well, you got undead gerbils. Because undead gerbils. Well, I guess you did still keep the bone fiend thing, which was basically an undead devourer, but yeah. Fantastic, crazy minion. Isn't. There's nothing quite like controlling the undead. You don't need to see no training before you learn a trick like that. Bio will give you a couple of skills, so that you can begin your training to become a true necromancer. Now back to the state informs sometimes that you passed the first test. Howard Sam will supervise your training from hell. Self-vampiric gaze, and deathly swarm. Here's the thing. Vampiric gaze, it's not terrible, but it's expensive. Deathly swarm's not bad. But both these things are not what we're going to be using. Because this is blood magic, this is death magic. We're not going to be using either. You're the necromancer Sir Titus is telling me about, aren't you? I imagine he's right that you've got potential. But potential won't save you from the Char Firestorm. Experience will. Since you head southwest to Edgeford and talk to Devona. She's found to have a task or two for you. Thanks. Well, the dangers in Lakeside. I can't believe the number of people who go running around by themselves. Why, I've already got my hands full resurrecting fallen soldiers for some knowledge necromancer adding to the burden. Don't people know there are plenty of folks in Ascalon? No, there isn't, sadly. We'd be perfectly happy to join them in their adventures. Tell you what, if you promise to do your adventure finale, I'll gladly give you a second. They can resurrect fallen party members. Thing is, I'm not sure how easy it is going to be to do this quest. It depends if people are actually around. Also, Gwen. Here's the thing, a lot of the time, Gwen has several quests. Well, she has a quest and she collects things. The problem though is, a lot of the time, you can miss this quest. Because, well, you didn't grab it when you first came out. And because you grabbed someone who was doing a venture of an ally when they already completed Gwen's things. And because of that, well, you can't access such. Oh, so, well, don't open my inventory, game. Oh, so I need to collect scalp and, oh boy. So you can spend the entire time collecting things to do, to make potential armor and other stuff, get some collectibles from collectors and all that. You don't have to, though. I mean, all adds up to XP, though, so there's no reason not to. But if you want to get through this fast, you could probably get out here at like level 3 if you just rush things. Or maybe level 2 if you really rush things. Oh, right, it's still, I forgot. It's still anniversary celebration, which means birthday cupcakes, which are pretty great. I think I have over a stack of them. But oh no, her broken flute. She's gonna be so devastated. She'll probably get a new flute at some point. When? That's right, flute. Oh no, it's broken. Now go to get a new one. Can I follow you? You may follow me. Think I'm gonna follow you. Yay. Welcome to our nightmare. So anyway, we're gonna go back to Ascalon and I'm gonna see how tedious this is gonna be. Cause it could be tedious. Cause let's see, there are quite a few people here. But yeah. Ooh, someone's trying to sell delicious cake. So what's the adventure for an hour? Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me guess, it's probably no, but that person just walked by. Huh. Oops, that's not right. Yay for people that are still helpful. But I thought there used to be like a gate monkey bot that existed to just go out and open things. Well, we could go over here. Oh, there we go. Let's see if what they say. Apparently they're gonna hang around for a bit. That's where they were with. And now they just poof back to the city. Right? They're gonna poof back to the city, aren't they? Or they're gonna linger. You never know with people. There's that awkward silence where it's like, are they gonna head back or are they gonna stay? If they exist. They're still existing. They're still existing. I thought they were left by now. There we go. Like we could have kept them in the party, but you know. Because you can't kick people outside of town. There's always awkward when it's like, are they going to stay and help or what? You never really know. Anyway. There's the thing, we're not going to become a necromancer, necromesmer, but we will do this just because it's useful having this skill for a while. So the warden... Oh, what did she first say? How can this humble mesmer help you? Foreign herself to Westerville, you will find a rogue bow, terrible creature. Mention everyone coming to visit our humble theater. Help. Some master spells to assist you. If you dispatch this creature for me, I'd be most grateful. Because, hey, thing is, they are hat spells. We do hat spells, technically. Technically. Once we get curses, which we don't have. But it's nice having these. So we can't just, you know, dart around. Yeah, we almost got ret. Jeez. All those flails. At level 1, those things hurt a lot. As a necromancer, we don't really get armor that's resistant to fire and all that fun stuff either. Also a champagne popper. It does exactly what you think it does. Boop. But yeah, Bandit Firestars are a bit above our pay grade at the moment. Growl though we can handle. Cause yeah, also control phantom. So here's the thing, E for Feast is actually pretty great. Cause, I mean, so we're gonna get into the technicalities of healing skills. Like most classes have at least one healing skill. Like warriors have healing signet, which is useful but puts you at risk. I usually use the ranger's Troll Ugnet, which is useful because health regeneration and it's cheap. But yeah, so here's a comparison of Necromancer to Mesmer skills. Okay, so Necromancer, we have Vampiric Gaze, which steals up to 18 health from target fall. Which I mean, hey, it's not bad. Does damage, and it heals us. The problem though, as a healing skill, it sucks. In comparison to the Mesmer's starring healing skill. So Mesmer gets E for Feast. Target foe loses 3 energy, and you're healed for 20 for each point of energy lost. let's think about that. Try for each point of energy lost. So that's try times 3. That's basically 60 health. And it costs like, yeah. They have the same amount of casting time and recharge time, but this costs 5 less energy. It heals you for a lot more than 18. Like, yeah. And that's not even worth any points in inspiration magic. It's just, it heals you for more than this would even, well, maybe fully level it up, this can maybe compare to one of these. But yeah. Auto death is one. It hits multiple targets if they're in the area. He was in the area, so it didn't hit him. Also, we've been playing for 1 hour. Jeez. I don't realize it's been that long already. I guess I did a lot of ranting in the beginning, didn't I? Anyway. So this here is going to probably be a slower series again. You know, like we already have The Witcher 3 that's slow. But this series is going to be slow in the fact that I want it to be slow. Like I don't want to speed my way through things. I want to take my time and enjoy shit again. Until we get to Eye of the North. And then, well, the thing about the Eye of the North is, there are parts where it really is difficult. Like, as a necromancer, there are parts I can cheese because lifesteal in solo fights is pretty freaking great. Cause you basically just get, you basically just apply Matt's lifesteal to a foe and you just stay out of their range. So that way they're just constantly losing health and you're constantly gaining health and yeah. Health degen and health regen. Degen, yeah. So for example, this bow we're going to melt. That's level 5. You'd think it would be a lot harder than it is. It just has entirely too much defense, but actually not that much health, as demonstrated. And because of that, we've leveled up. The thing is, we could get blood magic, we could get death magic, but neither one of those are what we want. What we want is curses, soul reaping. Soul reaping because soul reaping is always useful. For every point of soul reaping you gain 1 energy whenever a non-spirit creature near you dies. You only gain this energy in this way 3 times every 15 seconds. So basically if you have, you know, over 12 soul reaping, you basically gain 12 energy every time something dies. Every so often. Which basically gives you a decent resupply of energy constantly. Because you're just murdering things left and right, and your energy is just not really going down, compared to some classes, like monks, or, you know, elementalists. That was a high plague one. Attack me. So here's the fun part though, is I never really know what I'm going to do here. Well, I'm actually going to start doing things. Now if I was a warrior, I'd be going this way over here. But since I'm not a warrior... and kill. I don't think I need growl necklaces. I forget what I actually need for potential armor upgrades. Even though you don't really need potential armor upgrades. Since you'll be, once you leave pre-Ascalon, well, you can easily get better guild. Also, oh shit, is it this time again? I believe it's 10:30, which means my internet's gonna improve, which is unfortunate. Especially since Guild Wars 1 does technically require the internet. So, thing though is, we'll see how easy it is to recover from. Oh. Well, we just died. We didn't actually get disconnected. We just lagged up to the point where we died. That's... Well, if there was a mission, that would be pretty terrible, but since most missions you can't revive from, that's just... You died, mission's over. You learn skills that you can't get from skill trains by completing. That's bullshit right there. That is such bullshit. Now you're just lying to people. Because let's go into the whole semantics of Guild Wars 1, shall we? Because here's the thing. Prophecies came out first. Prophecies was basically, you know. Oh, by the way, she already has a cape, which means the crest for her is already screwed up and you can't do anything because you went with someone who is a higher level than you and probably already did the stuff involving Grin, so you can't actually equip Grin with a tattered girl's cape and any of that. Which is oh well. Baccarat, that's it. I can't thank you enough for taking out that dangerous ball. You've shown that you have the potential to be a good mesmer. Taking mesmer as a secondary professional give access to all mesmer skills. Allow you train in illusion magic, domination magic, and inspiration magic. But you must still bear the armor of your primary profession. So once you make that commitment, you will not be able to try over professions. Yeah, we're not going to become a mesmer. I could become a mesmer, but we're not going to become a mesmer. Here's the thing, back when I was younger, I used to loathe Gwen. Now, I can tolerate her to an extent. I still don't really care for Gwen, but I can tolerate her presence. Because I realize she gives you a little tiny healing occasionally with her flute. But it's like, oh no, we're taking too much damage. Ooh. Combining both heals is useful. Especially against those guys. Like, they are just entirely too difficult for a level 1 enemy. Like, it's like they just decided, you know what? Let's have an enemy that could just spam flail constantly. One good thing about pre-Ascalon though is most enemies don't engage until you engage. Which is pretty great. Dude, I think she healed me for a bit. I mean, at least she's trying. At least she's trying. I'll give her that much. I thought this was supposed to be a mobile bird, not a strider. I thought most of the mobile birds in this were level 2. Oh well. This angry chocobo is attacking me. I can like break out my side and go smack. So I want to point out a few things. So Guild Wars Prophecy came out first, of course. Well, basically, the systems were very, very dated compared to how to Factions and Nightfall. Because it's basically Thanks for the tip. Because basically they designed it to be like you getting your skills by doing quests and stuff. Doing missions only gets you skill points and XP. Like, it's not as profitable in comparison to Factions, Nightfall, or Eye of the North. Because Factions introduced the whole system where basically, if you do the mission good enough, aka Master Time, you get bonus gold, bonus XP, bonus skill point. I think it's bonus skill point. But yeah, you gain all that. Which is pretty great. Quest gave you decent amounts of gold, all that. There wasn't really anything that gave you skills. They expected you to just go find a skill trainer and buy your skills at that point. But Prophecies is all about, you take it slow, you get these skills, you turn in these skills. You get these skills, you go do more quests. You get these skills, you work with these skills until you find better skills, basically. It's all trial and error, experimentation, which works, but at the same time, like, it's good for a new player to the game. But for someone who's played the game as long as I have, Prophecies is not really a great starting point for someone who's played the game for a while. Because, you know, the slow advance of skills compared to like Factions and Nightfall, well, you could just go buy your skills. And all that. Right. Problem is I'm at this point in the game where I'm not quite sure what I want to be doing. There's numerous quests we can get. Numerous areas we can go to. But depends, what do I really want to do? Also, we can't really take too many things because we don't have the inventory space, really. So hoping for more scales. Scale fins, I mean. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to wholesale slaughter the scales, probably. And hope for loot. I thought I told you to pick up that good spot for the points. And there's more scale fins. I need like 3 or 5. Something like that. Got only line of sight to my cow in that tree. Ooh, more birthday cupcakes and scale fins. But yeah, the thing about us is most of our damage is not going to come from us. Most of the damage is going to come from us. From the group and us providing for the group. Since we don't have a group, or henchmen, or heroes, for a while, mind you, a while, we have to reach Lion's Arc before we get heroes, which is one reason Nightfall is still superior. That's just the heroes right off the bat. Oh, and inventory's already full. Sad. In this part of the game, the maximum party size is 2 players. As you progress through the world, the maximum party size will gradually increase. Yes, gradually. Because for most problems, you're going to be with 6 party. It isn't towards like the very last areas that it's like, oh, well now you can have 8. So, Prophecy has a special place in my heart because it was probably my first MMO technically. Well, it's not really an MMO, but still. Still. Oh, I forgot to read that, didn't I? So, grim news from... Oh, I forgot to read that too, didn't I? You know what? I need to start remember to read things. Don't I? It's just, you know, I've done this so many times. It just starts to bleed into my mind on what all I should be doing. Okay, now then. The reading of the quest. Grim news from Divine and Nightford. The clan of Growl has swept north from the woods. Hi. Alright. He's gonna do his thing, I forgot about that. If they are not stopped, the village will surely be destroyed. Someone must fight these creatures and protect the people of Nightford. Good night, Jeffers for Divana. Last time behind my rent to my landlord, Gibson has run out of patience with me. Before we pour out my home, I understand if you dread not help a Crichton or nation's war a long time. If I'm not your enemy and I could really use some assistance, my friend Mayor Upton lives to the Terrace. I know he'll help me if I can get a message to him. If you're going the way, can you tell me with my plight? Also, see here, miss. I understand you're responsible for what happened to my poor Bill. Bill the Bullet, you had him killed. Oh, you must be saying I know, Bill. You're not to the last of this. I'll get what's coming to me, or I'll see that precious theater shut down. Well, they're not so your poor Bill was loose end, attacking citizens Stanford Road. He was put down. Alright, so perhaps you'll keep a closer eye on your livestock in the future. So let's go talk to old Mac, because he has a quest now. You're the one who killed my poor Bill. Trust anything is bidding, sure, but that's not to me. If you and that Athena won't compensate me, I'll take my case to the constable. There's the constable only. Get my satisfaction. That bull protected my farm for all these years. Who will protect it now? You know what might do the trick? Devour might, if I could raise it from a hatchery and train it myself. Tell me what, you bring me a Devour egg and we'll call it even. What do you say? Yeah. This was before, you know, before Rangers could tame Devourers, basically. Like, the concept of training Devourers was technically in the game, just they didn't actually enforce it. But yeah, see, Gwen's already got her cape and... yeah. Basically means she doesn't want this flute or the cape, so... the problem with adventuring people is they probably already did the things, and... this quest basically... the whole Gwyn system's weird, because basically you have to do everything on your own. If you adventure with someone who's already done stuff involving Gwyn, it basically sets it so you've already... so basically Gwyn's already been talked to and given everything, so she doesn't want anything. Which screws you out getting tattered shred of a cape or something that you can use for a later quest in Eye of the North. But oh, just as another quest in Eye of the North, which by the way, spoilers for any returns in Eye of the North. Spoilers for a game for 2005. Well, I don't know, it's like 2007, but still. Pew. I might as well get started on this because then I could do the Halloween special in Guild Wars 1 again. And maybe even the Guild Wars 1 Christmas special or Winter's Day special, I should say. You know, I don't really do Winter's Day much in Guild Wars 1 because the whole event requires you to have candy cane shards. So I'm usually in the mood for Guild Wars 1 around Winter's Day. Like Guild Wars 1 and Halloween. Oh yeah, I do Guild Wars 1, Halloween, and RePlay. Like it's just something I do. But Winter's Day is just, it's not as spatial for me anymore. Some of the good systems are just meh in it. Can't cheese the Grinches and all of that as much anymore. Overrated Irish flowers. That's so pretty, I love her hair. You think my hair will be that pretty when I grow up? No, not really. Knowing what your hair looks like in Ireland, no, not really. Oh, we should have enough. Yeah, we have more than enough scale pins. Oh yeah, there's one thing that still annoys me. So there used to be hidden stashes in other parts of Guild Wars 1. Before they decided on the whole locked chest system, where you need keys to open them. And half the time, buying keys is more expensive than anything you'll find inside a locked chest usually. Before that, there were just these barrels, which I don't have any identification kits, of course, which just sucks. But they were, you know, pretty nice because you could find things that were usually light blue, well, usually blue quality, and most of those things ended up having the whole thing that increases the amount they're worth. Improved sale value. There we go. Which was nice, because then you could just turn around and sell them for a profit. Like how even in pre-Ascalon, you can technically make decent money if you could find those things. Anything as far as to do, that means he's a boy. Here's Prince Rook. I'll meet the prince someday. You there, you look like a sturdy necromancer. I've tasked my man Fadden here. Retrieve you fiend devourers for me from the cave over yonder. However, he appears unmanned by the devourers, afraid of being eaten or some rot like that. I need a brave soul to keep the devourers away from Fadden while he does the job for which he has been paid. What say you to that? I say, I guess I'm gonna do this. So, we just have to basically take him to those eggs. We don't really have to fight the devourers. But I mean, they are worth experience. Minor experience. Well, a experience at the moment, but still. Mr. and Mrs. Huffman have children. They're too young for me to play with. Certainly Mrs. Huffman lets me hold the baby. He's so cute. I was like, do babies even exist in this game? I think you're like one of the old field child entities in Prophecies, so... There's a devourer nest. But yeah, this cave here is a really good place to farm blue quality things. Because there's like there's like at least 2 to 3 hidden stashes in here. In the area anyway. Ooh, a sugar blue drink. I think I have enough sugar blue drinks. It's just, yeah, so we run into this problem here. Problem where we have way too much stuff in my frickin' inventory and I don't. Because I had to take those, didn't I? And I devour eggs. Thanks for about to lower up. Look, there's an egg. Wait for me a while. I'm not gonna wait, I'm gonna go murder more devours. So the question is, what exactly do I want for my secondary class? Cause I probably don't really need much for a secondary class. Like, I probably need to go use my secondary class. Profession, I should say, not class. But yeah, that's also another thing that they, compared to Factions and Nightfall, like Factions and Nightfall both had quests that gave you at least gave you a belt pouch. This is a lot less rewarding. So we should go get a belt pouch. Now, Nightfall actually even is more rewarding in the fact that they have a crest that gives you a frickin' minor rune of vigor. Yeah, vigor. Which isn't bad, because that basically means you could literally sell that thing for a decent amount. And if you can't sell the thing, well, hell, it's just, you could, I mean, you basically got something that you should cost several thousand gold for free. Because Nightfall's quest system is pretty more rewarding than, well, Prophecies, and some of Factions even. Alright, more curses, more soul reaping. And here's the problem though, my inventory's full. I forgot to read what he said. I'm gonna keep doing that, ain't I? Because I'm so used to the system where I don't really read what I'm doing, so. Like, I'm so used to the system that I don't really think about, you know, stopping to read quest. Also, probably going to need in the very soon. Also, let's test our luck. That's a river drake. Is that 5? I was... You ass. Definitely even really use blurred vision on us because we're not actually attacking with melee. Now see, if we were attacking with melee, he'd use blurred vision, which reduces the chance to hit with attacks. Since we're not using melee, he just focuses on hit. Because we can. Like in my download here, it's like, so it's going decent stops, remote server and close connection, decent. It's not going as well as it should though. It's not gonna be done what I thought it was, unfortunately. Also, yeah, we really needed to increase our inventory space. Here's the problem about Guild Wars. Guild Wars 1 doesn't really have good inventory management. It has really shit inventory management. Like, a very shit inventory management. Like, for the most part, because the way the system works is the game expects you to have, for the most part, multiple party members. And while you have multiple party members, the loot is technically divided among, let's say, like, if you have 8 party members, it's divided among all 8 party members. Which isn't terrible. Well, that was awkward. Did I just cough into a hiccup? Apparently so. But yeah. We have multiple party members, which divides the loot up. So, you're not going to get as much loot because multiple party members. And because of that, they can limit the inventory system to basically 20, 5, or 10, and then 10 and 10. Actually, I think this is more like, what's it, 5 or no, it's 5 in this. Unless you get, like, unless you want to pay extra to have it increased to, like, 10, or, and then extra to have these increased to 15. But yeah, it's basically 20 and then 5 and then 5. Oh yeah, forget rooms of holding for your bag, so yeah. So that's basically 45 inventory slots. Which, yeah. Like, if I only had 45 inventory slots like World of Warcraft, I could fill that in a few seconds. Oh, so by the way, battle pouch. The inventory can't hold that many items. How about now? Now can it? Let's go to a trade for a Devour Egg, if you really want to. If you didn't do that quest. Or if you accidentally got rid of your Devour Eggs. And that's lovely, a Devour off my own. I think I'll call him Joe. Come Joe, let's get you someplace warm and dry. Shush, there's a good egg. So huzzah, we completed this quest. Don't so much abusive man would take, and I'm near my limit. What do you wish to discuss? Nothing, I'm just gonna go be back in town and sell some more stuff. Because my inventory's full again. Question is, can I get there? Can I get up to 100? Because 100 would be good to reach. Well, I can tell that for 10, and we're good. Don't need the scale fins anymore. So we could go here, and we could buy identification kit, which has only 25 uses, but still. And that practically, that's half of what we just spent practically, so yeah. Then we can turn around and go over here and be like, practically 6 to go just from that, and sell these two. Then we have one more Devour Egg, which I think I need for another quest too. So now then, level 16, not bad. Oh, but that one's low tray. That one's almost a low tray. And some people have reached low tray. I mean, there is the legendary definitive Ascalon, which requires you to reach tray. They have those quests that require you to reach certain things. But we're gonna go grab some quests before we hit the video. Also, pop on those. No. So, like Lieutenant Langmar. She's from Guild War Ives in the North. But yeah. In this she offers quests at like level 10 or 15 plus. Daily quests, mind you. But still, we're probably not going to reach that because reaching level 10 or 15 plus of this is a chore in itself. You have to do a lot of things north of the wall. Alright, hello good sense, I'm Baron Egan, and you appear to be in need of assistance. Well, what can you tell me about the poison devourer? The devourer cave southwest town has always been a source of danger to the people of the lakeside country, but they have learned to be vigilant to defend themselves from the beast. Unfortunately, very recently have a new sword devourer with a poisonous sting. How do you find one of these creatures? Kill it and take its poisonous sting to devour Menlo. Sure, why not? A group of bandits have been terrorizing Lakeside recently. They have grown so bold that they have ambushed a royal tax collector and stole a chest full of gold. The gold was fired to a war effort against the char and must be recovered. It looked like you would give those bandits a good thrashing. We would recover the stone gold, then return to devour Devon and Ashford for me. Why yes, I could. I could totally do that. Per quest is gonna be later. Sorry to bother you, but I've heard only impressive things about you. I think only someone with your scale of bravery can help me with my problem. I think my brother Orion has fallen in with the Royals. He's not wicked, but just reckless and impulsive. So tired of spouting from the academy, he's becoming bitter toward the army. After he realizes how serious this is, I don't want him to throw his life away for his foolish pride. I think you could find him and tell him what I said, perhaps convince him to come home. Don't know exactly where it is, but I imagine Relina, Stormbringer, and Father Spell might. Orion was always trying to impress her. Her name's, I think, almost longer than the whole name limit cap. There's a thing we could... Oh, it's already customized. Dirt. We can make weapons too. Crafting. But yeah, most of it's not that great. Especially for us, like... Yeah, nothing's that great for us. Kind. I want to document the story, so only the grace achievements. Tell me, what is it in the mission? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't really have any achievements. That's not the right status. Here we go, tires. Man, I haven't even turned on my tires. Oh, hell. But that's almost up to tier 3. That's... hell, that'll probably be easy enough to do. Pro scales. Yeah, thing is I never really went for the whole God walking amongst mere mortals, because tedious. I don't really feel like finding the char yet. Oh, so sin. I sin. Usually you have to find out how. Oh, never mind. I'm in the mood to do chat. Oh, it's over here. And this is always fun to watch. They just char fighting Ascalon soldiers and monks and stuff. Surprisingly, the char aren't really winning, despite out-leveling us quite a bit. Like, I mean, look at it. Level 3 guards. But yet the char aren't winning. And those are level 7 Atswings. You think they'd be doing more damage. But they can't really... But they're not really making progress, are they? Surprisingly. Even though the char out-level us. How do those King Outward? It's only level 10 for some reason. Oh, it's supposed to be low train. Anyway, we're going to end the video here, and I'm going to go... hell, I don't know. Decide what to do next. Maybe log off and sleep, I don't know. Well, hope you all enjoyed, thank you all, and have a nice day.